You,
Hi.
my voice cracking and shit. What's good with you?
Chile.
You and what you call it? Rhode Island, right?
What?
You from Rhode Island, right?
I'm from my mother.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you and stuff like
You
that.
know?
You know, ain't nothing wrong with making some new friends on this app.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't trying. Hey, I ain't trying to raise you up or nothing.
What?
I said I ain't trying to raise you up,
Okay.
so you could talk too.
I
Yo,
don't.
you don't what?
I don't talk that much.
Mm, mm. You like an
That's
introvert?
okay. I know.
You like an introvert?
Oh my God. What's the game? What if God says that? Oh, hell no. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. um, I don't like you. I, I, I think he's nice. I don't see the comment. I don't. I don't see the comment. I see. The last one I seen was just had a lot of good banter. I could go on my like. Yes, I do. Hold up. I have this one, and this one. Yep, 12. One.
All right, so I'm gonna use this opportunity
Now,
as a
Sugar, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna use this opportunity as a lesson. Um, I take notes. I take notes Some people could call it journaling. Some people could call it shadow work. But I take notes and I examine what may have happened in the interaction. And I just woke up like an hour ago. I went and I ate some candy. Y'all know I'm a vegan, but I went and ate some candy in the kitchen that was in there. And so automatically, I kind of like violated my energy. So, like, first of all, let me say, when I just wake up, I'm already stagnant in energy. And then when I go eat some food that's also gonna, I guess people will call it like a compound, like a compound, my energy is gonna be lower or even more a conundrum. Like a conundrum means like a mystery or a puzzle. So like shadow work is the act of uh writing down your feelings and stuff like that. So you must remember when you're talking to women that they're emotional. I'm very aware of this. I just want to fill y'all in on what my thoughts are of that interaction because what happened was she's a girl that's her location. Everybody got their location on their thing, and it may be like a mix up of like, oh well, a girl could say I'm here when I'm really in Texas. I could say I'm in Connecticut, or I could say, but I felt like she was being honest, and I felt like she was a city over, and her in her location. I felt like she was a town over from me. However, uh, she's she's okay. She's a cute chick. You know what I'm saying? Like she got some. She's good looking. She's not the baddest chick I've dealt with or that I see or none of that. Um, and I'm not here to like even compare and contrast her to nobody else. She is who she is, right? But she, in my opinion, she picked up on my energy, and she must have thought my energy was like either weird or the question I asked her. Because when I asked her, like, are you what I said, are you from Rhode Island, whatever? She might have felt like, okay, you're new to this. This is my first time meeting her, so that probably wasn't the best question to ask her, right? But another thing, I just want to speak to y'all like a family and just with respect because one thing's for sure, she tried to like, okay, so we got into this. I want to use the word frame because I could see it all over her face because I was looking directly at her. Um, when I asked her where she was from, I guess the stage was set, right? For her to start to act weird towards me and to give me weird vibes. I guess she felt like I was giving her some half-assed weird like energy, which I told y'all the why behind my weird ass, energy. And the thing about me that I love is that I'm gonna lean into it, right? Like on my YouTube channel, like even me right now, y'all don't see my face, y'all just hear my voice and the message. And this is a different way that I'm doing it that most people wouldn't do it, but I show my face when I want to. But and see, that's the thing that I want to really like talk about, right? That little nook right there, as far as every woman's not gonna like you. And when I say that, I don't mean it. Ain't that weird? What I mean by that is that life and relationships and every encounter is like a time lapse. You may, like, for instance, I'm gonna use her as an example because this is fresh. It just happened, right? She was trying to figure out either A, how can I cut this weird interaction off? Or B, how can I rest in this interaction without it getting too weird? a lot of people feel fear in, or let me put it like this: I'm the man, I'm the leader at all times. So if I'm not taking care of my energy, like I said, when I woke up, I went and ate some candy. She probably already feels like, shout out to the one viewer here. She probably already feels like, hey, this guy energy is off. I don't want nothing to do with him. You understand? Like right off the rip. So it was other guys in the chat, as y'all heard, and technically she's going to compare everybody to everybody. So doing shadow work while communicating with women, or doing any type of journaling, or like just writing down words to like, because I could look at, first of all, I want to show y'all how this works. She's a decent chick, and this is written down. Decent chick. I'm going into her live, and I'm writing down next to my feelings. I'm writing down what I'm feeling as I'm. So emotionally, what did I feel? I felt like she was good looking. I felt like she lived close to me, and I felt like that. And I'm talking about the inner work right now of the interaction, inner work interaction. So how was I feeling inwardly, right? That's everything when it comes to relationships. Because the reason why I'm stressing this is because I don't build relationships in my life without saying anything. Sometimes I don't got to say nothing, and people still are loyal to me. But sometimes I try to say everything, and I still push them further, further, further. Or sometimes, ironically, if you just do some weird shit and then you don't clean it up and say anything, it could get worse. So it's like I'm trying to show y'all, like, don't take nothing personal, because relationships is a catch 22. I might hop back in her live, and then she might be ready for the next round to see, like, is he really weird, or is he just was on bullshit? You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm trying to show y'all how to have what you call it, um integrity, uh and grit, and like, just like, don't chase. Like, I'm not telling y'all to chase. I'm telling y'all that consistency breaks, barriers, pressure bust pipes. Like right now, that's why I told her, I said, I'm not trying to raise you up, because I wanted to get that out of her head. Because if y'all been watching me, y'all know I got a little bit of game, and y'all know that I can really make the interaction man to woman if I want to. But I don't know her. So in a sense, I just hurled myself into her live randomly. So in a sense, it was weird for me too. I didn't really have nothing like to say. I really didn't know what to say. And she felt that. But technically, I'm trying to say to y'all that in her mind, she might be like, okay, who's this random guy? Why is he in my life? And women ask themselves all these type of questions. And if you're weird, or if you do something weird, then guess what? In their mind, they're trying to figure out, how can I disqualify you? That's why she said, okay, it was nice meeting you, da da da. Because he's trying to get me out. But I'm just saying, like, the key in those situations, fellas, like, and and I'm speaking in a way based on how I feel. I feel like I don't know her still. I don't know her. She don't know me, but she got that first impression. And here's the thing. Everything I teach y'all is about growth and strength. So if y'all ever get into a situation like that, and a woman making you feel weirder after you, because you, like I said, I woke up, I ate, I already know how I'm feeling. You don't got to tell me. I already know. But it's almost like she was expecting me to try, right? So that's why I tried to break her with the, yeah, I'm not trying to raise you, because to be honest, that was my intentions, right? But I also had to bite the, I had to, what they call it? I had to like punch myself in the chest, because I had to realize, like, bro, you only going after her because she lived close to you. And sometimes God, he'll make you pay when you do that. or the universe will make you pay. Like, because I've been living in my body for 27 years, and I recognize that's one of my tweaks. Like, it's as men and as humans and as creatures, we always try to go for the easy bait. Oh, I won't have to travel too far to get to this girl. Da da da. What does that do? That makes you kind of weird, and a little bit in her opinion. I noticed that the women I talk to that I live closer to will like think they won't think I'm weird, but they'll like find a reason not to, unless it's a chick that, you know, like I said, like unless it's a chick that we just like, unless I'm doing everything right, like unless I'm putting my best foot forward and being smooth as hell, like unless I'm doing everything right. If I do what I just did to a chick, but even if I do what I just did to a chick on the other side of the world, it's a chance, right? But I'm just talking off of probabilities of what may go down in conversations with women. I didn't come in, I didn't let her know that I want to do this, I want to do that. So technically she still don't know me. And that's like a blessing, because that means, like I said, I could go back in her life and technically she don't got the grounds to kick me out for real, because I ain't do nothing. I didn't do nothing weird, even though she was trying to perceive it as weird. If you understand what I'm saying, I really didn't do much of anything weird. If you think about it, that's why I told her I'm not trying to raise you up, because let me paint this picture a little bit more vividly, and let's start to like sculpt this conversation, because technically I don't want it's always, this is why you can't get hype off the women that you get, because it's always funny how it works when you're doing good with women already, but then you talk to a random woman, and then she kind of humbles you again, because in all reality she doesn't know you from a can of paint, so therefore the respect isn't established. The fact that you're not weird isn't established. The fact that she can't trust you isn't established. Nothing is established, so you're starting with a new slate, and then it's like, okay, well, if I'm starting with a new slate, then technically I gotta really like go back to the drawing board, and I gotta figure out what type of woman is she. That may be a better approach, like, a more humbler approach. I came in, I asked her, where, do you live, like, I'm like Jeffrey Dahmer's in this bitch. Do you live down the street? Like, I'm just like, cause my mind really wasn't. I just woke up. I'm on weird shit, and I'm not afraid to mess up in front of y'all either. You know what I mean? It happens. I'm not perfect, but life is beautiful in that sense of she don't know me, still don't know me. So like she could call me weird, whatever. I don't know her. I got no ties to her. But what I do want to say is that it's important that we clean up on those hiccups. Like, okay, I know myself well enough to know if I don't eat right and if I don't sleep right. I mean, I just it ain't about the sleep. If I don't eat right and take care of my chemistry, like my body, like my energy levels, then I'm, because I've been here a million times. Y'all who are subscribed to me and people who may listen to this, y'all don't really know me too well, but maybe y'all feel some of the stuff that I'm saying. But energy is a great debate for me. Like I feel like if I'm not in the right energy, I'm liable to just make you feel like I'm a weirdo on a certain level. And if I am eating correctly, if I am fast, if my body chemistry is right, and I'm clear minded, you're gonna think I'm the most smoothest, charming guy on the planet. And I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna really probably want you for real. It's just two different me's. It's two different me's based off what I ate. Like it's weird. As a kid, I wasn't like this, but obviously, as you grow, your body goes through shit because you're getting older, and you know what I mean. I think that's another thing. It affects all parts of my life. The way I think, the way I behave, because obviously the way you think it's gonna affect the way you behave. Um, it's a guy I listen to named Dr. Morrison. He's a fruitarian. He only eats fruit. He, just like me, only eat fruit. But see, I be cheating. Like I ate some. Like I told you, I just ate some. But he even said when he started to eat nothing but fruit, he started to cleanse up his like mucus system, and eventually, what ended up happening was that his whole, he could smell again. His smell came back. Y'all would be surprised at the way that you eat truly, directly affects everything in your life. Like, because we're people, right? But we're like receptors. We're like antennas to the earth. So like we're receptive to everything. That's why when I'm talking to her, I'm like, oh fuck. Because I know that women are receptive like a motherfucker. And I already knew that. I just ate some Mike and Ike, some stupid candy shit. I already know that you feel me? So but I'm speaking to y'all through these moments. I'm doing the work, the journaling through these moments so I can feel what I'm feeling and I could get used to the feeling. So I know for next time, okay, I'm feeling a little weird. She may even feel it a little bit too because she's receptive. We're antennas. People are antennas. So a lot of this pickup and dating stuff is about sub communication. That's why I said when I was younger, it was way easier for women to fall in line because it's nothing weird about it's when you young, bro. The only thing that's weird about you is that you might act a little nervous or shy, but like, and that still happens, right? That's why she couldn't really block me or call me weird or like or none of that because she knows that awkward shit it happens. And even the guys that was talking to her that she was more familiar with was saying in my opinion, they were saying some weird, corny, slow shit too. Because ain't no way I'm gonna talk to a girl that I know for more than 3 talks and we gonna be talking about some stupid shit. But if it's my first time talking to you, then of course, we don't know each other that well. There's no common ground and there's nothing established. Now, y'all can comment below. In that situation, would y'all just leave or would y'all go back and try to see if you can establish some? Because I feel like with her, she wasn't feeling the vibe. First impression is, I ain't gonna say it's everything, but it's damn near. It's damn near. But it's not though. It's not though. That's the funny part. This is my personal opinion. First impression matters, but it's still changeable. Like it's still changeable. Like you know what I mean? And it's like, do you want to change it? And how does that affect yourself? How does that affect your self esteem? Because when I'm talking to y'all, what I'm saying is, she kind of gave me a little bit of I want to call it a shit test, a little bit, because she looked at me like I'm okay with losing him. Now, I know that sounds crazy to y'all, but hear me out. My mentor taught me, and this is a wise guy. He taught me a relationship starts when you first meet somebody, right? So technically, me and her started a relationship. Well, I started it. I went into her life. So in her mind, she's and forget the mind. Scientifically, our first interaction was what it was, right? Accept it for what it was. This is why I do journaling, so I could see exactly what the fuck it was, right? I don't want to mistake it. Because when you mistake the first interaction, you leave room for Satan to play on your mind and he can make you feel like you did good when you did horrible. He can make you feel like you did horrible when you did maybe 50, you maybe did all right, but because you ain't do no ground studying on what you just did, you're not even gonna pay attention to it for real. So I'm saying to myself, okay, my emotions wasn't right. Energy is emotion, so I was eating some bad food. I already came in feeling this way. I felt like she lived a little close, so I was assuming that she was gonna, kind of be in. But when you think about it, no matter how close you are, you still gotta have respect for one another. Like my relationship with me and my mom is the same way. It's like we be close a lot, but it's a lot of hiccups, and then it's a lot of times where it's like, wait, hold on. All I had to do was be this way. I talk to myself like, all I had to do is be this way, because at the end of the day, sometimes I need to act like a son, and sometimes I need to just act like a man in the situation, or sometimes. So it differs. So you got to kind of study it to know, like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Studying relationships. So with her, she was a little weirded out. This girl right here, and that's cool. Me knowing that I weirded her out a little bit, I tried to like uh water hose the fire out by saying like, I'm not trying to raise you up. Uh and we could be friends, whatever. She still probably is under the impression that I don't even want to be your friend, because she's trying to exit me out in a very sly way, and I'm okay with that, right? But I'm okay with that. I need y'all to know that I'm not a creep. I'm not a weirdo. I don't really care, and I don't care about strangers. Like, she's still a stranger, but on account that I'm a maybe that's the perfectionist in me. I think it just makes me want to go clean shit up that I feel like I fucked up. Maybe that's enough. I'm learning through shadow work, through journaling, that I kind of care what these women think sometimes. Like, and that sounds soft, sounds weak, but this is real shit. You know what I'm saying? This is real journaling, real understanding. Like, bro, and that's where she was trying to trap me in the conversation, where she was looking at me and she was like, she was making a face like I'm weirded out a little bit, but that's running game, because you don't know me, I don't know you, but she's trying to eliminate me through subconscious behaviors, like, right, like through sub communication. Like, oh, I know when he see me making this weirded face, it's gonna make him feel even worse, right. I catch on to that, right? So, but like, that's when I'd be like, nah. I might even pause and stop talking at that point. And I know this is funny because that get the woman back invested again emotionally, because she can't figure that out. Because most guys, when she start making the weirder face, they're gonna jump and be like, "Oh well, no, I'm just, and I'm like, dead silence while she's trying to make me feel weirder, right? So I'm meeting her with her sub communication. I'm meeting her with that, with my sub communication. She's saying you're weird. I'm saying I don't give a fuck, right? Because I need to stand that way in that situation. Now the answer is, do you really not give a fuck that she sees you as weird, or do you give a fuck? Because now that's a whole nother conundrum, because she might even just fuck with you at that point just to show you that she sees you as weird. And this is why it's called running game, because she could run game on me, I could run game on her. But like I said, if you meet a woman and she already thinks that you're like weird, I think that you should drop the case 9 times out of 10, because it's like, bro, like, she gonna think what she gonna think, especially if you try to. It's like quicksand. It's like quicksand, because especially if you try to prove yourself, then it's like, okay, well, I think you weird. Now you're trying to prove yourself. Now I think you even more weird, because now you're showing me that you feel guilty, right? You feel guilty because I think you weird, and I'm a stranger. So who am I to make you feel guilty about how weird you are? And I just met you, so now I know you weird, right? Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, fellas, stay out of that frame of, like, they call it like the battling frame with a woman. Don't get into those. Don't be challenged by a woman, because when she challenges you, she'll never respect you again. And like I said, no matter if you, as a king, everything you do, own it. Like I said, if you did something weird, like I told you, I ate bad food. I woke up, I ate some candy that was in the kitchen. I already know that I did it to myself. I deserve to lose that chick or not get that chick because I ain't put my best foot energetically forward. But maybe I maybe thought like, egotistically, I could say the right shit. That's what most of us men be thinking. I could say the right shit. I'm gonna still no. Being a man is not saying the right shit. It's being the right shit. And this is the deepest shit I ever said. So I want y'all to really tune in. Even if y'all don't watch this live, it's real shit. I'm showing y'all the conundrum, the why behind, the reason behind a woman looking and saying, I don't want to fuck with you. It's a lot of confusion around that topic, I feel like, in this dating world. It's a lot of, oh, she just don't like you, bro. Or it's a lot of, shout out to my one viewer. It's a lot of, oh, she just don't like you, bro. Or it's a lot of is it's a lot of trying to justify why she isn't, or why y'all aren't about to make a great bond and connection. Right? That's why she made the weird face. Because it's I learned a long time ago in science, women need an emotional justification in order to do whatever they want to do. So if she get the sense like, oh, I'm in danger, I'm talking to a weirdo, how do I get him gone? She still can't get you gone. She don't got, it's weird how this is. Women don't got the horsepower to press the block button right away. They need to make you feel worse in order for you to feed into that. You understand? Because women by nature are indirect creatures. So she can't directly just block you. That's weird, isn't it? And it's cool at the same time, but I'm teaching you how the science that men are direct and women are indirect. Because if she thought I was weird, she would just block me, right? Why didn't you just block? If you really think I'm weird, why not just block right off the rip? No questions, just block. Because that's what men would do. Sometimes I accidentally click on a man's live and he goes directly for the block button. You don't want no men in their live. I respect that, but that's what a man would do. But women don't move like that. Now we got some new women, like the upgraded nowadays, like modern women, but they still are bound by nature at some degree, and we are too, right? We could be feminine and shit, but we bound by nature. So when you get into an interaction and you give off a little weird energy, she may already be, I'm not attracted, but I can't block them. It goes against her nature. But she's going to make a weird face, right? AKA passive aggressive, so that you could be like, damn. So she wants you to burn yourself, basically. Like, say some more fucked up shit so I could justify it, right? Just like the court of law. And then I could really just be like, okay, he's really weird. Then she could look at the other guys in the chat, yeah, he's really weird. Da, 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 da. Then it was just, he kept going for me. He was good, but he just kept going. You provoked him to keep going, but you don't want to. You feel me? But you did it with a good with a good reason. If a man gonna let you walk him down that aisle, then technically tech, I can't say he's not a man, but he's allowing a woman to manipulate him that far. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, some of these situations you walk away from. You save your life because you end up in a shout out to Luke. Light workers are often the very last blessings in people's lives, but they never notice until it's gone. Yes, yes, yes. Shout out to Luke. Yeah, people don't notice that shit, but what I'm saying is that scientifically, right? Spirituality and science is kind of like related in a lot of, intricate ways. And you're not going to get every woman, and you shouldn't want every woman. And that is weird if you want every woman. I remember growing up and Drake said, "I wish I could every girl in the world," and that song, and it got in my subconscious. I was in middle school around the time, and every girl was looking good. Not every girl, but that's kind of weird. But like, the upperclassmen girls was looking like they was all flirting with me around that time, and like giving me all this attention and shit. And so when Drake said that, it spoke directly to me. And it's like I didn't even know how deep music was and how it can get in your subconscious beliefs and you know, but that's why we not supposed to idolize people. I remind you of Swiss Beats. That's funny, bro. That's really my nickname. That when I went to school in Hyde, they used to call me Swizzy. Maybe I'm a lot like Swizzy. Maybe I am a lot like him. Like maybe it's not just the look. They used to because I used to have a low haircut. But yeah, Swizzy's a deep guy. And ironically, when I was young, my mom used to call Alicia Keys my girlfriend. She's like, your girlfriend on TV. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird how that line all lines up like that. But nah, yeah. It's a science to relationships, whether we like it or not. And when you study yourself as an antenna of the earth, you start to recognize that your energy is coming from what you're putting in your fucking body. 100%. You're like, yo, I just ate some Mike and Nights and then this girl just rejected the shit out of me. And I knew my energy was bad. You know what I mean? And you thinking it's that you could say the right thing or you can't say the right thing from the wrong thing. Because women through survival gonna look at how you making me feel. How is he making me feel? Compared to when I walk away from him, it's like I felt a relief, right? I felt the relief when he got away from me. I felt like I could chill again and be cool, calm, and collect. Like, but when he was around, he was like trying to like prove something, like trying to like all of this come from shadow work, journaling, and when you journal, you shadow work, you heal, and you start to realize like, damn, I do like these women. I like these women to a fault, right? Being raised by women, you don't understand how deep they get into you. You're taught to be nice to them and to think about them first and shit like that. And this really affects the science because, like I said, we're antennas, right? We're antennas. So the way you were raised directly affects your forthcoming years of talking to women. Because there's nothing weird about a guy who don't want shit to do with you, right? It's everything weird about a guy who actually likes you. Why he like me? I'm weird. I'm secretly weird. That's what they think. I pick my nose when nobody looking, but I'm a shed. I'm a project that weirdness off onto anybody who I feel like is really weird, and then I'm gonna hook him with that because he's gonna believe that he is weird, and then I'm really not gonna mess with him. You understand where I'm coming from with that? Because a lot of relationships end because you started to believe what they started to project onto you. And you might have been a little weird in the beginning of the relationship. At the first 15, 20 minutes y'all talking, there's no ground established. There's no common ground. There's no basis. That's why I tried to tell her I'm not trying to rizz you up because I could already tell she think her shit don't stink. And I talk to women that I think look better than you, so I'm not even gonna give you that. But you cute though. You cute. I ain't gonna lie, you look good. But a chick like that, man, you got to slow roast her anyway. You see, she had a couple other guys in her chat. You got to slow roast her. Got to slow roast some of these chicks. And I don't like to lose. I think that's another. I don't like to lose. I don't like feeling like like, but that's ego. But in the same breath, it's like the thing about the culture we come from, people twist the knife. Like when they see you feel weird, or they see like I just said with her, where she knew like, okay, he just kind of like being whack right now. Like he's not saying nothing really charming. He's not really coming hard. He not doing nothing that's really, you feel me, wowing me or amazing. Let me go ahead and make him feel worse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so she ain't know I was prayed up. She ain't know I was the chosen one. So she ain't know that I was already on to her and I was already doing journaling. She ain't know. So she thought I was really weird. Like she thought in her mind like it's a chance that he's really weird. If feel like it feel like a lot of Western women are mildly attractive but dull inside. Instead of them supporting you, they hold the man back from beautiful growth. And that's the thing. It's like I'm such a sympathetic guy and also curious and a scientist. I always want to look at the fact that it's the culture, right? As you said, Western, it's the culture because it's no way that you, as a baby, were born to hold anybody else back, right? When you're first born, you got nothing but love. But then, like you said, like the culture, the way they were brought up, right? This is why you got the passport bros, get their passport, go across, and get a girlfriend right off the rip. Girlfriend do everything for him because it's the mindset and it's the subconscious beliefs. You know what I mean? Like, and as long as we stay here and keep dealing with these same women, it's an uphill fight. Like, it's really an uphill battle. I'm not mad at it because I'm healing and I'm studying it, and it's beautiful. It's beauty in the struggle, as they say. But because it only make you stronger and wittier and more intricate and like just more like it make you more scientific. Meaning, even if you go across seas after you learn your lessons over here, one, you're gonna be more appreciative of what you do got. Two, you're gonna be wise. You're gonna be like on point. It's gonna be hard for because, like they say, no matter where you go, them women going. If you a sucker, no matter where you go, them women gonna get you because we're all human. Like, right, the nicest girl in the world, if she smelled that you're like innocent, meaning you haven't been through nothing, you haven't learned nothing, she's gonna start to say, "Wow," like something gonna pop in her mind. Like, in this moment, I could have cheated on him, or I could have put something in his drink, or I could have, but I ain't gonna do it because I'm a good girl. But it's still there. The thought is still manifested right out of your ignorance. So when she see that you really on point, she see that you really so on point. The thought don't even manifest. The thought don't even. I can't put nothing in his drink. If he find out, then that's my ass, right? I can't. I can't cheat because if I find out, he cut me off, right? So the women over here have been taught that these men gotta kiss your ass, and what's between your legs is worth more than a diamond and shit. So because of that, it's just a lot of confusion. It's like you want a man, but then indirectly you trying to play the man, like you said. So it's like, how do you find peace if you're double minded, right? Your conscious mind, like your brain and your gut, meaning your conscious and subconscious mind, are totally contradicting each other. So then y'all raise young men who do that. They want to be a man, but then they also want to be like soft and like not do what men do, and then that's what goes down, and it's like a catch 22, as you say, as you will. They carry that Jezebel spirit, but a godly woman will give beautiful energy into. I love that. Your aura and lifestyle, and never betray your trust. Divine women carry Christ's energy. Um, I believe that. I believe that for sure. Uh yeah, I believe that for sure. Religion is something people need to align themselves with. You know, if you don't align yourself with the religion, then you just kind of like try to do your own thing out here, leave you susceptible. You know, religion is like the shield. Like God is like the shield. You try to live your life without the shield. You know what I mean? And it's true, man. Like um, every woman. That's why I said this. Even going back to talk to that chick again, it's like it's a catch 22. Because even if you wow her the next time, right? She's like, oh, well, you're actually kind of into it. You already lost, right? You already taken. You're stepping off of your throne because now you're being validated by a woman, and the relationship is starting off on you chasing her, and you can't see it if you don't see it, right? It's like an invisible, like Trump said, the invisible enemy. You can't see it if you don't study relationships and get it down to a science and get it into your subconscious belief. You won't even pick up on that shit. The type of game that these women run, it's like spiritual. It's like invisible. You won't even see the shit. Because why? Because you care. You want approval from the beautiful face, right? You want approval. You want to be in them guts, right? Instead of watching porn, you want to be in them guts. I know that's the raw, but it's the truth. A lot of guys is thinking like that. Carnal, the carnal, fleshly mind, like you says, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a low frequency. So you can't get a divine woman thinking like that. You know what I mean? And shit. So you would think relationship coaching and being a relationships guy is like easy and like it's not, and especially if your life not where you want it to be, because when you're not financially free, you're susceptible. Like I said, I woke up and I ate whatever was in the kitchen. You're not financially free, you lower your vibration. They get you. The life was chess. The devil got me on the first move. You wake up, you ingest something that is going to lower your vibration. Because remember, when you first wake up, your body, when you're asleep, your body's fasting. So you're already starting with a fresh chessboard. Every time you wake up, your body, you've been a couple hours without eating, your body's gonna repair itself automatically. So you have a fresh chessboard. But society trained us that we gotta eat. So you make that first chess move to eat, right? And if it's not eating something that's at a decent or a good vibration, you already made a bad chess move because now you're altering due to the chemicals on the back of the wrapper, which is right here. Sugar, corn syrup, modified food starch, citric acid, malic acid, sodium, carnauba wax, medium chain. I mean, god damn. So that's the chess move we took. Like when you really look at, okay, yeah, like it's not normal for me to be weird around women. That's not normal in nature. What type of lion is weird around a? Come on, man. But you woke up and you made the first chess move. Nobody forced you to do it. It might have been you might have been tempted, you know, somehow in some type of way. You might have been trained as growing up eating corner store food and that. So training you to be addicted or to like certain type of food. So you go, you wake up, and you eat. You fill the vessel with that malic acid and all that stuff, not knowing what it's about to do to you, but you just know that you like it. That's all you know. So you eat that first. Then you go say, oh, well, I just woke up. So it's fresh start. I'm going to go talk to some women. I'm going to go on YouTube, catch a vibe, catch a vibe, right? Because you're not the vibe. So you're going to catch a vibe, right? And words are spells. So you're basically saying, I need to catch a vibe because I don't have it myself. So as a man and as a dating coach, you got to be the vibe. You have to be the vibe. A lot of guys aren't being the vibe, so they can't win. If it's any type of gap between you and the vibe, you're not gonna get the woman. And that's a fact. They need to know you're full of yourself, full of energy, full of love, full of high vibe. You gotta be in tune. Like you gotta tune something, like tune a car, you gotta put it to the right tune. And when you wake up and you eat candy, or you wake up and you eat a fruit roll up or Slim Jim or Pop Tart, you just automatically made a first bad chess move on the board. But when you wake up and you drink some water, some spring water, or you wake up and you say, hey, I've been fasting for 15 hours, let me go to 25 hours. Let me go to a 24, I mean, hours. Let me push. The women gonna be there. They waiting. They ain't going nowhere. They waiting for you to be the man that you profess to be. But if your energy's screwed, you're liable to just say and do some bullshit. That's what I'm trying to really ultimately say, man. That's what I'm really trying to ultimately say, man. Like, you're susceptible, man. He said, chosen ones carry powerful energy, but it scares people often. I have my eyes off, but in a good way. Hmm. But more and more, I protect my energy and cultivate more powerful love. That's another thing. Protecting your energy. When I hop on this app, Meet Me, I know it's a low vibrational app. A lot of low vibrational people. I feel like as chosen ones, as high vibrational people, I feel like we gotta link up. Like we gotta stay in tune with each other. Like because living your life in the standard being you want to smash these women it's gonna screw you over because you overlook their energy. Like for a long time in my life, I overlooked these women energy. I had cute girls, da 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 da. I had the most cute girl in the school, but all in all, man, she was doing little sly shit, trying to make me feel insecure, like doing little shit. I never gave her a vibe check. Never gave her a vibe check. Imagine if you lived your whole dating life and that was the first thing, vibe check. And sometimes, hell, it's hard to see it. Like I said, because sometimes you looking at how close she lived to you, you looking at how good she looked, and you're like, well, her energy seems decent, right? That's what you tell yourself. Her energy seems decent until she show you by because she's going to either say or do something. But when she say or do something, that's the moment where you have to choose to love yourself. And that's the moment where it can't be. And this is the hard part, right? I'm going to break it down. The reason why you may not love yourself in that situation is because I talk a lot about quantum physics and narcissism. Quantum physics is matter. So subconscious beliefs. It's the gut, right? Your mind may say, "Oh, she just got out of line," and or she just did something I ain't like. But it's going to become blurred out because you're still going to be confused because you already said justified her by saying she was beautiful and she lived close to you. So that's two against one. And you think energy is a negotiable. When, but as a dating coach, we need to make energy a non-negotiable. But see, when you see a pretty face and you think, oh, but maybe I could get that, maybe I could hit that, and that's it. Maybe she could be a booty call or something, right? You're now cheating on your diet. You made and this is another thing. I'm gonna say this. This might not be the last thing I say, but we might go to an hour, whatever. But you only cheat yourself. You only cheat yourself. Like even when you fasting or eating a vegan diet, and you say I'm gonna eat one hamburger. Okay, you're gonna eat one hamburger, but think about everything that it's gonna do to your body before you do it. Don't just say, "Oh, I've been eating hamburgers," because we justify it, right? We're taught to justify bullshit in our subconscious beliefs. I ate it all my life. It ain't gonna kill me. Oh yeah. The devil is sitting back. Oh yeah. It's not gonna kill you. It might not kill you now, but when you touch 30, 40, you keep thinking that fucking thought, man. Keep trying to pervade your fucking standard. Keep playing with that shit. Because it's fucked up. But as men we have to really stand on what we say, and I don't think a lot of young men understand it. We know it, we hear it logically, but it's not ingrained in it's not in our gut. We don't really feel that way. That we have to stick to things. I just seen a post on Instagram. He said, if you can't stick to something that you tell yourself for 5 days, then you deserve a shitty life. That's exactly the shit I'm saying right now. That's exactly what I'm saying right now. If you can't stick to it, if you see a pretty face and you buckle, come on, bro, because you're not thinking that, you're not taking the proper ethos, aka ideology, in that scenario. She's cute, and then your private detective is supposed to say, but she's cute, but she lived near me, but because it doesn't matter. Okay, would you want to smash a girl if she was cute, but you knew that everybody she got in a relationship with died? Right? Would you want to do that? Right? So your detective is supposed to say, but what is she? Who is she? And how is she? And that's what this live is pretty much turned into, because I wasn't supposed to talk that much about this chick. But I go off of real case scenarios and I go off of what really is going on in my life. I think that's the realest type of content. Right? Go off of what really goes on in your life. Don't talk about stuff that you see other people doing. Like, I mean, I might talk about Kanye life a little bit, some popular people, ASAP, Rihanna, da da. I love Rihanna. That's my girl, man. But yeah, but talk about yourself, man. What's going on with you? Heal yourself. You can't heal yourself talking about bullshit, gossip. You could talk about how much you don't like gossip, how much you don't like gossip. But yeah, I noticed that the app Meet Me for me is pretty low vibrational. A lot of girls, Jezebel, attention seekers, they not on there to really meet. Like they on there to meet guys, but they not really trying to like take it serious. Like watch this. Oh no, she had like a party or something. I'm not even about to talk to her. Let me see. If I say some weird shit, don't mind me.
I live in GTA too, and I work with a lot of people at GTA RP, and so it's a lot of people on GTA RP, role playing,
And sometimes
kidnapping,
the
body
only reason,
bagging.
let me turn it
It's like
down a little
OJ's
bit.
son, bro. It's funny.
Sometimes the only reason why you messed up with that first girl is because it was the first girl you talked to in the night, like at all. So that's even a whole nother fucking. I mean, sometimes it's just that. It's not even nothing else. It's just that.
I
What?
know a
But
lot of
I'm about to
people.
hop in here still. Watch this.
A lot of people. We all know this. They don't know.
How you doing?
I'm okay with you.
I'm doing great. Hey, you a New Yorkian, right? You a Jamaican, but you live in New York, right? Hmm. You like it out there? Why not? They not treating you right?
Yeah, for everybody, when I say that, I mean, like, I've been here since I came to America. It's just, it's just not the first
Where would you rather be?
Florida.
Hmm. Why is that?
Because I'll get more hair clients out there. Yeah, true. But she might have a girl though, because like I feel more comfortable when she like, alright.
So she says she'll get more hair clients out there. So she seems like she's I ain't gonna lie, she's I ain't gonna lie. With her, I spoke to her before. She got good vibe. She got a good vibe, and she can be on a little bit bullshit sometimes with like if she feel like you on bullshit, but you know what I'm saying? That was just casual talk. It was just really feeling her out to see if she was gonna be on bullshit or if I was gonna be on bullshit. But I think that went pretty decent. She's in New York, so um, she was just cool. And with women like that, like I said, and let me go in a little bit, because I have to, because I need to start making these distinctions. Because a lot of y'all guys, and for myself for a while, I haven't been doing. It's in making these small distinctions where you start to get women. People be like, yo, why this guy get women? This guy don't get no women. It's because one, how you was raised, and two, you have not broken the curses of being raised how you were raised. So you just look at the looks. Now, when we start to peel off the looks, because she was cute too, as y'all seen, but what's the difference? This girl's in New York. The other girl was a town over from me. So this girl is probably, probably like not a town over. The other girl was a couple towns over. This girl is like a whole city over. So me meeting her would have to be some type of like a little bit of a field trip, right? A little bit, right? So technically, here's the thing with a chick like this, and I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. Talk to her as if you're interested, but still make a connection, basically. Like I just kind of made a little conversation, make a connection, and she seemed like she business orientated, so I may not go nowhere with her because if she's about business, she's in the business. It's like that's another situation that may be a catch-22 because in this society we live in, we have different types of women, and some of them are just into their business. Like they don't even got time. They don't really want to, but you don't know that. So with her, I would just favorite her. I would follow her on Instagram, and I would just, keep her in the what you call it. She's like a prospect, I would say, because you got different levels, right? You have the roster, and on the roster, you have like women who are really official roster. You have women who are on the bench and all this other stuff, and then you have women who are a prospect that are like or bench player. Like you got different types of women on the roster. So if it's a chick you just meeting on the app, there's really no distinction. A lot of y'all think it's a distinction from the app to, meeting her in real life. It's the same thing, bro. It's just that you're gonna make a distinction, which is gonna hold you back. But if you don't make the distinction, it's gonna propel you forward because she is who she is. I'm not trying to like be with her or not, but that doesn't mean our relationship can't have motion. You understand? Doesn't mean that we can't our relationship can have motion, forward motion, without us like being anything. You understand? Like it's like if you have a coworker that you work with, y'all are not friends, but y'all relationship is being propelled forward in this universe. You understand? Like I don't know none of y'all, but it's the same thing. But see, what the logical mind tries to do, it tries to make everything be, oh, because she's online, I can't really make a connection, and I can't really make it make sense, and we can't be nothing. Whole time she's sitting there wide open, ready to talk to whoever ready to talk to her. But she just can't understand why guys don't know what to say and don't know guys don't got no purpose for talking to her. They don't feel like they got no purpose for talking to her. That's why, I mean, I can't say as a man or whatever, as a human, you should have a purpose for everything you doing. And if you don't have a purpose, make it purposeful, right? So there's no such thing as weird when you have a purpose. But you're saying, oh, I want to take you out on a date, or I want to get to know you, or I want to be your friend. That's it. Then you giving purpose or definition or meaning to the connection. Because without the purpose, definition, or connection, it's just aimless words and energy being shed and a bunch of stupid shit. There's no structure. So with her, like I said, I would put her as a prospect. Um, and it's okay to write that down. Like, um, girl I met on Meet Me, she's a prospect. Meaning, what is a prospect? So, like I said, it's obviously a gradient of things. Prospect, then it's bench player, then it's booty call, bench player, and then it's like roster, official your official roster. There's 10 women on your roster. But you may take a chick off a Meet Me that you met, and you may throw her on the prospect, right? Because how can you integrate a woman you met offline, right, into your roster? You throw her on the prospect. Like think about a coach. When I was in high school, if you were a great player, coaches from colleges would come to watch your games, and you would never know that they was there because they dress up like regular people, and just come and watch you. But this is the coach of Duke, or this is the coach of Tennessee, or something, and you're just playing your game because they don't want you to know that they're plotting on picking you. And this is what you got to do to women, because if you let them know that, hey, I really want you, that's cool too. But in the same sense, you could slickly get them on your team. So you could take two different approaches. You could be straightforward with it. Hey, I really want to get to know you. I really thought you was cute. Or you could just be like, okay, I'm going to make a mental note that she's a prospect. So technically, what I'm doing that for is because what I'm doing is I'm preserving her. That's called preservance. I'm preserving her, meaning she's not the only girl I'm gonna do that to, right? But I'm talking to other women, right? So um mingling, right? But my roster is being filled by the women in my city, my official roster, and maybe a couple women in other cities that's really, really, really official. That really show me they official. They're on the roster, right? So, but this is how you incorporate the chicks from the apps. You let them stay because most of them get on these apps. They're not gonna mess with you if you really trying to mess with them anyway, right? I'm just showing y'all. I'm showing y'all the the articulation of kind of pulling women off the apps because it's another way where I may get in your live and I may tell you, hey, you caught my eye, you look good, we talk a little bit, then I'm like, yo, favorite me, I'm gonna favorite you back. That's my direct way, right? I'm gonna DM you and we could take it from there. And then I get out of there, right? My indirect way, like I just said, would be kind of more so like, hey, like let's be cool. Like not even let's be cool, but I'm gonna just like talk to you. Like I'm not gonna say let's be cool. Like why would I tell you let's be cool when I'm already right assuming that I'm cool and that you're cool, right? So I'm just gonna chop it up with you. And it's free game, right? I'm just gonna chop it up a little bit, but and I might throw in a little flirt. I might throw in a little banter. I may throw in a little bit of, push pull. I may throw in a little bit of different little, you know, methods of flirting, right? And that's gonna make you attracted to me. Sometimes, not all the time, but for me, it's all the time. But and when that happens, right? Like I said, if a chick come off of an app like Meet Me, she's a prospect. But she's still on the roster, right? She's just she's not on the roster, but she's on the prospect roster of prospects. So like she's gonna have to be the best prospect in order to make it onto the bench of my college team. So it's like a rotation. And so it's beautiful how this works because you're not gonna get every girl anyway. So if the women that you prospecting, it start to show you after a while, like I don't really want you, then you'll just be like, okay, cool. Well, maybe we could be friends. It don't really matter. It don't break me or make me, brother. And then you just keep it friends. Like, but see, it's even levels and a gradient to that. Friend, associate. Because a lot of women they always want to get even. And this is why it's so hard for men to win. Like, peep. So if you be like, yeah, okay, like, I wanna get to know you. And I'm talking to a prospect, and she's like, I don't really like you. I don't want to get to know you like that. Then I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just be friends then. If you say that, she won't take that because now she think that you are being fake. You really want me, but you trying to act like. So now she's like, I don't really know if we even friends. And then I'll tell women, okay, cool. We don't got to be anything, or we could be, we could be associates, high and by, or we could just go back to being nothing. And I'll just still tell you high and by. So in that case and scenario, she's realizing that no matter where we land, he's cool with it. So now, instead of her trying to get even, she's gonna start to think logically, right? Instead of emotionally, because her emotions is making her have the desire to outdo me, right? She wants to outdo me at that point. Oh, he think he got something for everything, da 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 da. Let me go ahead and put him in a position where he really feel inadequate. Or maybe a shit test. Is he even the type of guy that is going to feel inadequate? Because that's all she's ever seen, right, in her life. And it's still seeing to this day. So, but when she see that you're full of yourself, everything she does, you got something to do. She can't figure that shit out. She can't figure that shit out. And because she can't figure it out, she has to see why you are the way you are. Does he have other women or what's going on? Is he trying to play me? What is the deal? And either way it go, you let these women know that, hey, but also, hold on. I'm gonna talk to y'all sit on a serious note. Yeah, so also do this. Also, a lot of them are not even gonna like the fact that you think you're a player. They're not gonna like you. A lot of these women not gonna like you. It's the control factor, right? Even if I don't know you, I don't like this guy because so that's also a moment where you should do shadow work so you could lose that care whether they like you or not. You can't live for other people. You have to break that. It's bondage. Women will do things just to trap you on the chessboard. Um, the queen on the chessboard is the most flexible, movable chess piece on the board. So they can adapt to whatever the situation is to make you feel worse. They like to morph. They can morph into whatever they need to do just to ruin and spoil your spoil your situation for you. So if they find out you think you're a player, they'll go out their way to play you. That's why you only mess with women who you only mess with women who know that you're what you are. And if they don't know, then you tell them. That makes you real. Like if somebody was a killer and I'm about to become their friend and they don't tell me, that makes them fake. Because they need to warn me, bro, don't hop in this car, don't do this. If you really cared about me, you would tell me that. And if you really cared about these women, you would tell them, hey, I got other women. You would let them know. You would let them know respectfully. And that's the difference I feel like between a guy who's going to have longevity in being a player, or not a player, but like a maybe it's called a player. I don't know, but just a guy who understands life. I would say you could call it many different things: a player, a finesser, a thinker. Uh, you know, call it a guy who just became an adult that understands respect. Telling people, yeah, like yeah, I like women more than one woman. Just like she probably, yo, these women probably secretly, and ain't no probably, when they see an attractive guy, it's the same thing. They just need you to feel stupid about this shit. They need you to be stupid about this shit. I'm gonna talk to one more girl. I'm gonna chill the fuck out again. You chill out. Let me see. Oh yeah. So when you pick a girl a prospect, you gotta check in on her. When you say, "Hey, I'm scouting this chick," meaning I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? When I see her online, when I see her, I'm gonna chisel away. Meaning I'm gonna see her, I'm gonna hit her with a flirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit her with a, I'm gonna hit her, make her feel some emotions. I'm gonna make her feel something so she could recognize that I see her as a potential candidate. You understand? So if you don't do that, then your prospects will not stick. It will not manifest correctly. It will not actualize. It's like praying. It's like you have to pray, manifest. You have to frequently do it. Like if you want a house, you gotta frequently say, "I will have that house. I will." You know what I'm saying? You gotta flirt with it. I've been trying to find the girls that's close to me because it's just better. Because like I don't got my funds ain't really where I want it. I'm not about to travel too far. These girls get on these apps and get called pretty for a couple hours to get off. That's really what they be doing. You feel like paradise to them and shit. And when I go on the nearby app, She talking to me right now, man. New York chick.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to have to. I get to Canada. Whatever. I'm not even out. Hey, how are you going? How about you? Yeah, good. Thank you. What are you doing? Where are you from? I'm from Australia. Whereabouts are you from? I'm from Oklahoma State. Oh, cool. How's that? It's
So
good. Everything is good.
right now she's sorry,
Sorry,
girl.
well, thanks for that. Yeah, sure. Let's go talk to you. You look beautiful. Sorry to hear. Excuse me? It's your eyes that say beautiful things. Yeah. I'm not in New York City, no. I just had to change my location.
Oh,
Australia. Having a chill with me.
I'm out. Respectfully, she's in Australia. She got the location of New York. Oh shit, my phone died. I'm about to hop off, man. I'm about to play chess until my phone charge back up. I'm gonna see y'all in a few, man. I'm out, man.